Today we're exploring the realm of Office suites, shining a spotlight on a notable free alternative to Microsoft Office, the LibreOffice. LibreOffice distinguishes itself in a crowded marketplace, not merely as a free option but as a robust, open-source Office suite designed to address a broad spectrum of productivity tasks without sacrificing quality. This suite emerges as a beacon for those in pursuit of a comprehensive, cost-free software solution for Word document, spreadsheet, and presentation management. It is important to note, however, that LibreOffice is not a one-to-one replacement for Microsoft Office suite. While it excels in handling a wide range of document, spreadsheet, and presentation tasks, certain graphics and advanced formatting features may not render as expected. Despite this, for everyday tasks and basic to moderate document creation, LibreOffice suite should serve most users just fine. By default, the LibreOffice saves the files in their custom file extensions. So after the initial setup, we will make sure that LibreOffice saves the files in the regular extensions used by Microsoft Office, ensuring a fluid transition for those who are accustomed to Microsoft Office suite. So let's get started. So here you can see I am in the LibreOffice downloads page. If you just Google LibreOffice, you should be land on the homepage of this project. Here you can read about them, their theme. Since this is a free stuff, like open source project, we can really trust this one because this has been for a really long time. So to download this, what you will do is from the home page, click on the download and click here, download LibreOffice. Here you can see the latest version is 24.2.2 and there is another download available as 7.6.6. It says that this version is slightly older and does not have the latest features, but it has been tested for longer. For business deployments, we strongly recommend support from certified partners, which also offer long-term support versions of LibreOffice. So basically what they're saying is if you are more like a pro or enthusiast, you can download the latest version, but the version 7.6.6, this is more like a highly bug tested and this should be like more bug free since it's slightly older and there should be all the bugs should be fixed. So we will download this 7.6.6 version. So you can click on this yellow download button. We can actually observe that this file size is a little bit big, 345 megabytes, and it's taking a little bit longer. I don't know why, but we can see that it's downloading really fast. So what I can do is click on this folder icon to actually open the downloads folder, and I can double click to run this, run the installer. So I'll click next. Typical is fine. Next, create a shortcut on desktop. I can click on this one. I don't mind if it loads up during the startup. Then I'll click on install. So user account control, if you agree, then you'll click on yes. Files in use, updated by this setup. Do not close the applications. So maybe some with the graphics driver or something maybe create problem, but after installation, if you reboot, then this shouldn't be a problem. Okay, click on okay. And in the meantime, I can show you some of the homework I did. It's here you can see I have created some of the files. And the installation is complete. Okay, I'll click on finish. You must restart to take effect. Since I'm recording, I'll restart later, but if it pops up in your case, you must restart. You should restart. Okay, so let me say no and see if I can continue the recording. So I was talking about these three files, this Word, workbook, and presentation. So basically these are the three files that I have created beforehand with actual Microsoft Office. And since we have installed the LibreOffice, we should be able to open these files. And in this computer, there is no installation of Microsoft Office suite. Okay, so let me open the Word file. So let me show the extension first. Let me give view file name extension. Okay, so here you can see these are docx docs file. Okay, if I open, it's taking a little bit long, but yeah, every time if you want to see this kind of pop-up, this kind of tips, you can uncheck. You can keep this checked, but I don't want to see this kind of pop-up every time, so I'll just uncheck this box. Then click on OK. So this is the file actually I created with actual Microsoft Word. So this kind of files, like without that much formatting or any graphics, this works just fine. I can zoom out, I can zoom in. If there are multiple pages, you can click here. See two pages side by side if you have a larger screen, but for my laptop, for screen, I always prefer a single page. Also, if you want to change, let's change this to Times New Roman. See, all the text has changed. What we can also do is Control A and change the size. See, this kind of basic operation you can definitely do without any problem, right? But the problem occurs, I'll show you later, a little bit later on, but let me explore the other files. Oh, when I try to save, you can see it tries to save in the ODF format, open document format. That's the default format of LibreOffice. We will switch this to actual Microsoft Office extensions later part of this video, but for now I'll just click uncheck this one because I will always use Microsoft extensions, and then click on cancel. And you can also observe that by default they are trying to save in ODF format, right? We don't want this. What we want is to save in the actual docx format. To set up that docx, what we can do is visit tools and then click here options. Then under load save we have general, and inside general we have always save as. You can set this to see, we have, so this is Word 97 to 2003. This is the older format of Microsoft Documents .doc. If in your project, if you're using .doc file, you can choose this one, but the newer format is this one, Word 2010 to Office 365 document .docx. So I will choose that format, Word 2010 to Office 365 document .docx. So every time when we save any file, it should be automatically saving in basically the pop-up will be in docx. Okay, so click on OK. Now when we make some changes, Let's make some changes. And file, save as. See, docx is already selected. But wait, I think I choose the wrong one. Let me recheck again. Should be other one. Oh, maybe when we, oh, okay, I remember. So when I saved, maybe I saved in that one. It's fine. Yeah, now let's move on to the next part. Next is the Excel file. Again, I have created this file with actual Microsoft Office. In this case, I can see that the graph is preserved. The graph is there. This graph is created with Microsoft Office. All the data in the tables are preserved, but I remember I created some kind of box like this one, but that box is missing. So what happens is, like, if you switch from one application to another, this kind of applications like WPS or Microsoft, there are other options also. Apache has their open office, I think. So sometimes if the graphics is too heavy, this kind of applications, these third-party applications, they cannot open or they cannot show those kind of files. So in my case, this case, that box is missing. But all other functionalities, let me delete. You see that the table is updated. This graph is updated once I update the graph. So for students, I believe this should be working without any issues. Like for students, this would be like your assignments you should be able to do with this LibreOffice. Calc, they call Calc instead of Excel. Okay, and now when we save this, let me save it. File, save as. See, in this case, it's showing perfectly Excel 2007 to 365. Remember the first time when we was working with the Word file, it was suggesting us ODF. In this case, if we didn't change the altered, they didn't actually customize this over here, it would so in this case I have to do this again. Okay, it's fine. So let's do this again. In this case, if you have older 97 to 2003 XLS, if your project uses .xls, you will choose this one. But since we are using newer version, we will choose this one, Excel 2007 to Office 365 .xlsx. So I'll choose that options and click on apply. So now what happens is every time we save it, if we try to save any file, it will always be saved. Instead of showing us ODF spreadsheet, it will show us Excel 2007 to 365. Now let's move on to the PowerPoint. Again, .pptx. I have created this with Microsoft PowerPoint. This is not a very graphics heavy. You can see all the functionalities are working just fine. I can start the presentation from current slide, Shift plus F5 or click here. You can click here and see it is acting more like Microsoft PowerPoint. Or we can start the presentation from the very beginning, the first one, or you can press F5. You can see it is working just fine. Okay, so since my presentation is not that much graphics heavy, but I think that if it is like there are too many graphics, you will definitely see this is not one-to-one replacement for Microsoft Office. All other simple functionalities works, but my only complaint is you cannot duplicate a slide with, like, as far as my experience goes, I cannot just press Ctrl and D to duplicate a slide. I think I use like Command D on my Mac. But here in this case, what you can do is right click and click here, duplicate slide. I think they have some other kind of shortcuts they may have. You can look up online and see. But this is from the presentation part. What we can do is like again visit tools, options, load save, general, and then always save as their default extension is ODP, open document presentation, something like that. What we want, same, the older version is ppt.ppt from 1997 to 2003. If your project requires ppt, you will choose this one, but the current updated version is PowerPoint 2007 to Office 365.pptx. So I'll choose this one and click on apply, click on OK. Done. So our saving thing is fine. We can actually see as of now what we did is we were able to open a actual Microsoft Office documents without any problems, and we have changed the default saving from OD, open document format, to actual Microsoft formats. So these are the first two fix we did. Now the next thing I'd like to show you is when you create like in if you have installed Microsoft Office, we are used to right click on a folder, then click on right click, new, and then we can choose Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, those stuffs. Similarly, in this case, we are presented with open document, like the formats they use, their default formats. Open document presentation, open document spreadsheet, open document text. But see, if I click this one, let me show you, new, open document text, you can see that the extension is ODT. Again, remember the problem we are facing. We want DOCX over here instead of ODT. So how we can do it? Again, the same problem is with if you try to create some kind of spreadsheet, it is ODS, open document spreadsheet. Same problem goes with if you choose open document presentation, see, ODP. So right now this will be a little bit tricky. So basically, if you go with this route, you have to first create ODT, then open the document. This is a test file, save. When you save it, the file is saved as ODT because you have created the file as ODT. Now what we can do is save as, and then we have to choose template, and then we have to save it again in the desktop in order to get a what is that called, DOTX format, right? So so this is a little bit, what is that called, tricky part, a little bit of annoying part. So we're gonna fix that. So that's why what we have today is I have a script. This is I can open with text edit. So this is a batch script. If you have any experience with batch files, Windows, and this is a batch script which is gonna make some changes in the registry. Okay, so first disclaimer, this kind of files can be harmful to your computer. So you have to use this at your own risk, or what you can do is copy and paste inside tools like ChatGPT and validate. If you agree, if you agree to take the risks associated with running this kind of files, you run it. I do not recommend to run you. I'll show you how to run this file, but just don't blame me that I told you to do this. You have to do this at your own risk. So what we have to do is we have to make some changes in the Windows registry so that instead of showing these OD formats, ODF, ODC formats, ODP formats, it's gonna show us our actual Microsoft files. So in order to do that, the way I have created the batch file is I have to create some files with docx, xlsx, and pptx. So let me do that. New text document. I don't want a text document. I want template dot docx. You just copy this. Remember, we have to remove the extension. Right now the extension is txt. We have to remove and press Ctrl V. Yes. Same, we have to do this for rest of the two. You can just make new files, like right click, new text document, press outside, then you have to copy the second one. Now click, be sure to remove the extension also, press Ctrl V, click outside. Yes. Now same for the template for PowerPoint. New text document. Basically we're creating some files with this kind of extensions. Yes. Okay, so the way this script will work is we have to execute this. Right now it's in a text file, so we have to open this file. Then I have to create file, save as, then instead of text document, this is currently in text. We have to choose all files. And then we have to remove this .txt extension with .bat, batch file extension. Click on save. You can see a new file is created called .bat. If you right click, click on edit, you can see it's the same file, same text file, but now this is a batch file. So again, I am giving you like a warning. You have to understand what is going on. The best option is you have to take backup of your registry, Windows registry, and then you should run this kind of stuff. But if you agree, you can run. If you don't, it's up to you. But I'm not recommending you to do this. I don't want to take any risk. So if you agree to run, what you will do is right click. Let's run as an administrator. I will click on yes. It should make some changes in the Windows registry. And right now, if I right click, new, and here you can see new, and here you can see there was only the open document once, but right now we have Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, we have Microsoft Excel worksheet, we have Open Office XML document. So one thing to note, that if you tinker around with the actual script with ChatGPT or something else, you can actually, I believe you can actually show Microsoft Office here, but I'll just stick with this one. Okay, again, this is a little bit risky stuff. If you agree, you can, or if you not, it's up to you. Okay, now the next thing is the test. So as usual, we'll right click, new, and let's start with Microsoft Excel. I'll click here. You can observe the extension is right now XLSX. Okay, I'll open it and let me type something. This is a test. Control S, as we do with Microsoft S and Microsoft Excel, and I'll just close it. Done. You can see this is working more like a Microsoft Office replacement, right? And if I open this, yeah, this extension is .xlsx. If I demonstrate again for the presentation, right click, new. See, open document presentation will create ODP file, but we don't want this ODP file. We want Microsoft.pptx. So new Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. You can see this one is .pptx and this one is ODP. Okay, so let me open the pptx. And yeah, this is a PowerPoint. Control S and closing. Oh, I didn't press S. Okay, save. And now this is the pptx version. See, the PowerPoint is here. I can delete the ODP version. I don't need any of those. And now let's, last but not least, the Microsoft Word. I'll right click, new. So open document text. This is the ODT version, right? It creates a .odt, and if you start writing, start doing this way, you have to first save. It will save in ODT version, ODT format, and then you have to basically save as, and then you have to change Microsoft Word and then whatever. But right now with that batch file script, what we can do is right click, new, click on this one, open Office, open XML document. Basically you can tinker around with the batch file and you can try it yourself if you can make it like Microsoft Word document, but I'll just click on this one. You can observe that the extension we have right now is docx. So with just one click, we can do this. And this not only for the desktop. If you are working on some random folder and you need to make a Word file, just right click, new, this one, Office, open XML document. My Word file, open, and this is a test. Control S. Now click on close. This is more like, this is acting more like a Microsoft Word file, right? So you don't have to deal with any of the open document stuffs. So this is the tutorial. Hope you liked it. It's a little bit longer, but you have to remember that if you have a slower computer or older computer, you don't have a Microsoft Office license, or nowadays Microsoft Office, they have those softwares that like really heavy. If you have like 10 years old laptop or something like that, and you don't use that much frequently, you don't want to use your license. So in that case, but infrequently you have to use that laptop. In those cases, what you can do is follow this tutorial, install LibreOffice. It's completely free to use, and if you can make the changes yourself with this batch file, then again, if you like, you can just copy this and ask ChatGPT to actually explain this step by step, or how to make a backup of your registry, Windows registry, and then try out this one. If you don't like it, you can always restore back your registry file. But since in this computer I'll be using LibreOffice instead of using Microsoft Office, so this solution is best for me without any issues. I can just create, right click, new, Microsoft Word document, right? So this is that's all for this video. Hopefully you liked. Thanks for your time, attention, and patience. Thank you.